Welcome to another edition of In Depth. This week, I'm Jerry Miller. I've always been Jerry Miller, but our guest this week is a member of the Idaho State University men's basketball team, Austin Smellie. Austin has played his freshman and senior and sophomore years at ISU. And Austin, I would say, other than being born to your mom and dad, the most significant event of your life happened in the month of April. Why don't you tell us about that and how that came about?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think that's definitely a correct assumption you made there, Jerry. I got married on the 24th of April. So, about a little more than a week ago. Obviously with everything that's going on, it was pretty crazy for me and my wife. We were originally planning on getting married May 8th. But obviously, due to everything that was going on, we weren't going to be able to have, our plans of having a big reception, stuff like that. And so we just decided to move it up and have a little wedding that was just very intimate. It was just our families were there, obviously. And it's been crazy having to, plan pretty much two weddings because we had our wedding basically done. And then we had to kind of readjust everything. But it's been awesome. We had a little wedding and it was really special. And then we've been married for a week and it's been awesome. So,
well, give it a little more time.
Yeah.
I believe this year, this July, my wife and I will celebrate our 45th. And
wow.
I just hope that you have that kind of success too. And tell us about your wife, how you met her and where she's from.
So my wife's name is Maddie. She's originally from Idaho Falls. And I just met her on campus at Idaho State. We actually met on April 22nd. And our first date was April 23rd. And then a year later, we got married on April 24th. So kind of crazy. But we met April 22nd. Pretty much school was about to end last year. And she had plans to transfer to BYU Idaho. And so we met, and over the summer we were, dating and talking and stuff. And she went to BYU Idaho for the first semester of last year. And then I convinced her to come back to Idaho State. So now she's back at Idaho State with me. And she's amazing. She's awesome. And yeah, that's a little bit of our story of how we met.
Well, congratulations. That is indeed, until you have children, that I think will be the highlight of your life. And
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to meeting her and getting to know her better as well.
Sure.
Talk about going to school at Idaho State University. Tell us about your educational goals.
So I'm majoring in finance is what my plan is. Like you said, I'm finishing up my sophomore year right now, so I got 2 more years. And obviously my goal and my dream is to be able to play professional basketball, whether that's in, somewhere in Europe or something like that. And then kind of what the plan is now is just to come back after that, or if that doesn't work out, just after I graduate and kind of take over the family business. My dad owns a funeral home in Preston, where I'm from. And I love Cache Valley. I love Preston. And so the plan kind of is to come back, and I'd have to attend a year of mortuary science school and then kind of take over there is what I think my plan is for right now.
A lot of people would think that's a pretty strange career plan, but I know your dad. I know a number of people. Some of the greatest people I know own mortuaries and funeral homes. And it really is a service industry that provides one of the most comforting services that a family can have in life.
Yeah, my dad's always told me, he never tried to convince me to do the funeral home thing, but he always just told me, do something that people need and then do something that's going to help people. And so that's one thing that I've kind of just realized I think I like about that. The funeral home is just that you have the opportunity to help people in their time of need, when they need it most. And so I think that's something that's interesting to me and something I look forward to being able to do. So,
well, let's talk about you in basketball. You signed to attend Idaho State right out of high school at Preston High School. and then you served a mission for your church. But tell us why Idaho State.
Um, Idaho State is the first school that recruited me. They're the first people that contacted me, just some kid from Preston. And they're kind of the first ones that like believed in me, I felt like. Even as they were, like I said, they were the first ones to recruit me, and I had other schools talk to me after and stuff like that. But I always felt a good connection with the coaches, and I felt like, this was a place where they wanted me. And so obviously there's other things that go into it, like it's close to Preston. Obviously that was a big factor too, is it's somewhere that's close to home. But I think the biggest factor with me was just that I felt like they really believed in me, and I feel like they wanted me here. And so that was kind of the biggest factor into me coming here. And even when we got, obviously this last year we got a new coaching staff, and I felt the same thing from them. Coming into the year, this past year, there was a lot of questions, a lot of kind of the unknown, but I was able to feel like the new coaching staff wanted me here, and they, I felt like I was going to be able to contribute. And so that was kind of my decision on to come here in the first place, and then to just to keep coming, to stay here, with the new coaching staff.
Well, with the new coaching staff, of course, there was no Benyon banquet this year, but in terms of basketball, you were named the most improved player and Bengal of the year by the new coaching staff. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on being recognized like that after just your sophomore year?
I'm just thankful, really. I feel like from coming from my freshman year to my sophomore year, I learned a lot. Obviously my freshman year, I learned tons, and I felt like in the off season last year, there was a couple areas I knew I needed to improve on, and I felt like I was able to do that. And so, I'm thankful and happy that I could, receive those awards. But I would have much rather been able to, have some more team awards and accolades during this last year. And so I'm looking forward to that this next year, to hopefully being able to, win a lot of games and continue to make a run in the Big Sky tournament.
Well, your experience at ISU has certainly been unique so far. During your 2 years, including Novak Topalovic as a potential teammate your freshman season, mm-hmm. and now with Balint Moshan leaving for Weber State, and the 4 players that transferred out as fifth-year seniors last year, what are your thoughts about that NCAA rule that allows players as fifth-year seniors to transfer out of the program that maybe recruited them, mm-hmm. to go to another school and finish up their senior seasons elsewhere?
Yeah, that's something that's, like you just said, has been very a lot of people have done it. I'm the only one that's still here from the original, from 2 years ago. And so I've seen that happen a lot. And I don't want to get too personal about it or stuff like that, because obviously there can be some hard feelings at times. I don't really have any hard feelings against those guys that have transferred. They're all, my friends and my former teammates. I just feel like if that's what they think's best for them personally, and, for their academics and their athletics, I think that they have the right to do that. And so I don't have any, real problem against it. But for me, like I said, when new coaches came in, I felt like I feel like I have an obligation to be loyal to Idaho State University. And so me personally, that's how I feel. I feel like that's the choice I made, was to come here for 4 years, and that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah.
Your thoughts about that kind of rule making it extremely tough on a school like Idaho State,
yeah,
mid-major?
Yeah, no, it can be something that's very difficult. There's no doubt about that. I think that, our coaching staff could probably second that, because we've lost, quite a few players to that. And so they have to, double down their recruiting. They have to find more players, which can be hard at times. And so it's definitely an interesting rule. Obviously it just depends on the situation and the circumstances. But at the end of the day, if that's, what a player feels like they want to do, and the rule allows them to do it, then I guess that's, they have the right to be able to do that. So, yeah.
There is another proposed rule that would allow any player to transfer to any other program and play immediately without having to sit out a year. Your thoughts about why that might be good for a player but bad for a school?
I think that, like I kind of just said, I think that I mean, in a way, it could be good for the players because they could go where they want. But I don't think that would be something that would be good for schools, especially, low major schools like schools in the Big Sky Conference. I think it'd be something that would be pretty difficult for us. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. So,
As you look forward to the coming season, obviously there have been more players that have departed out of the program and are transferring away, and a whole slug of new kids coming in. From what you know about the players that had been recruited prior to the end of your sophomore year and the new ones that are coming on board, with what you know about them, your thoughts about what your junior year might be like?
I'm very excited. We haven't been able to have the whole team together yet, obviously. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm excited. I think that we all should be really optimistic because our coaching staff is awesome, and I know they're bringing in a whole bunch of guys that are bought into our program and what we have in mind. And so it's definitely exciting. We're gonna have some more size this year, which will be nice. We're gonna have some more big guys. And we're gonna have some more wing players, some more point guards. And so it's gonna be an exciting year. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, like you said, we have a whole bunch of new players and new faces. It's gonna be kind of like last year. We had a whole bunch of new players, new faces last year. But I think that we've learned a lot this past year, and I think that there's a lot to look forward to.
Well, if there's one thing I've noticed, it seems to be consistent in Coach Looney's recruiting. Most of the players coming in know how to shoot threes.
Yeah, I mean that's what I've heard. Like I said, I haven't been able to play or see most of the recruits, but that's what I'm hearing, and so it should be super exciting. We should be able to have a fun style of play this next year.
Speaking of three-pointers, do you remember your first three-pointer as a Bengal?
I do remember. I don't think I'll ever forget my first three-pointer.
And where was that?
It was at Gonzaga. My first shot actually, and my first three-pointer.
I will never forget that either, Austin. I remember you coming in and you got the ball out on that right wing, and it was as if you had been playing for years, as cool as a cucumber. Yeah. Just stepped up, pulled the trigger, and nailed a three-pointer. And I thought, this guy's going to be okay.
He's going to be all right. Heck yeah, I got to let it fly.
What things are you specifically working on improving so you can become a better player during your junior year?
I mean, obviously, in all aspects, I need to get better. Shooting, dribbling. But I think that a couple of the things that I'm really working on is I feel like I need to get stronger. I'm still kind of a little bit skinny. I feel like I could get a little bit bigger. And then I want to work on my foot speed a little bit and my ball handling. This last year, I was kind of tasked with a lot of, tough defensive assignments. I was kind of always guarding the other team's, really best player. And I feel like that if I could improve my foot speed a little bit, it'd be able to help me with that. So I'm kind of working on all sorts of different things, but those two categories specifically.
I'm curious, Austin, who has bragging rights for the most state titles in your family?
Well, that's an interesting question. I guess my little brother Luke technically has two. He dressed for the first one and got a ring and everything, and so he won that one. Then this last year he won, so I guess that he could have bragging rights for that. But he does have me beat because he's played in more state tournaments and in more state championships than I have. I only got to one. So I always tell him, and I tell even Braden on our team too, that I'm the one that got it all started though. So.
Of course, you're referring to Braden Parker, who also went to Preston High School. The real question is, Austin, who is the better player, you or Luke?
I mean, that's a good question. We're very, very different players. And he's extremely athletic. He's a lot more athletic than I am, or ever was, or ever will be, probably. So he's definitely got that. He's definitely got that on me. He's a point guard, really smart. Like I said, really crafty, really athletic. And so we're very different players, but I think that we both play with the same kind of intensity and the same kind of fight and, the way I play and stuff like that. And so he's a really talented player. And I think I could still take him one-on-one, but he's got me beat in a couple categories.
Well, it's my understanding he's received a mission call as well, right?
Yeah, he just I'm trying to think, like 4 or 5 days ago maybe he got his call to Rome, Italy, which is really special because that's my dad served his mission in Milan, Italy, and so really special moment when he opened his call to Italy. My dad was really emotional, really excited about that. So we're looking forward to that.
Austin, let's wrap this up with your take. And one more time, tell us about what you're looking forward to, assuming we get to play basketball this fall and winter at Idaho State. Why are you looking forward to this coming year?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and all of you Bengal fans should look forward to it too, because we're gonna have a great year. Last year we were in a lot of close games. We didn't quite pull them out, but we learned a lot. And this year we're gonna be in those games, and I think we're gonna win a lot more. We're gonna show up. We're gonna play hard. Our coaching staff's gonna have us ready, and I'm gonna do everything I can to have everyone on the team ready as well. And so I think it's gonna be extremely exciting. I know that we got a lot going on right now that's bigger than basketball. There's a lot going on in the world, but I think having that hope and that kind of mindset that, hey, in winter we're going to be in Reed Gym, we're going to be packed in there, and we're going to be watching some basketball can be a big hope and a big help to people during these times that are going on right now.
Austin Smellie, the Bengal of the Year and the Most Improved Player of the Year, given those awards by his coaches after this last season. I can't wait to watch you play basketball again this year in Reed Gym and on the road, and you and your new teammates that you're looking forward to playing with, and the coaching staff for the Bengals. Thanks for taking some time with us today, and congratulations on that great marriage, and the best of luck to you and Maddie throughout the future.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on today, Jerry. It was good to see you. Good to talk to you.
You bet. That's In Depth with Austin Smellie of the ISU basketball program.